name is Amanda Burgos, and this is Will Ocasio. Can you please give us some background information about yourself?
Well, my background, I've been a youth leader for about 10 years. I've been heavily involved in church, development of youth, communicating with their parents, and knowing who God is. So I've had extensive education and helping others find their path and connect with God.
Okay, sounds good. So without further ado, here are the 5 questions. First question is, do you believe there is evidence that God exists?
I do. There's evidence all around us. If you really think about it, the human population could not create itself. There had to be a creator. It's just like when a woman has a baby, there's a process in which takes place. A man and a female get together, they come together, they have a child, and they create something. It doesn't happen from an explosion. So therefore, I do believe that there is a God and a creator of the universe.
Okay. Second question is, Anselm's ontological argument for God's existence argues that an all-powerful God does exist. What kind of creator do you think he is?
I believe God's a just God. He gives us all free will to do right and to do wrong. So, for me, God is just and fair.
Okay. The third question is, do you believe there's a logical argument for the existence of God?
There's a bunch of logical explanations. If you really look at the way the earth is made, round, perfect, and it's made to spin in one direction. From night to day, it changes. So man cannot create that. Man cannot create that. It has to be a power beyond man that has power to do such perfect and glorious things. So if you look at the earth, man did not create that. We just didn't come out from thin air. It has to have some form of a creator to make something so perfectly round and stay in an orbit of just, it's just rotating. It's amazing the way it happens, right? And if you look into the sky at night and all you see is stars. You know, how does the earth know to turn itself? For the rising of the sun to dusk, for the coming of the moon has different forms to it. It has a full moon, it has a new moon, what they call new moon, when you can't see the moon. All these things take place. That is, and that in itself is logical. Man cannot create that. It doesn't come from an explosion. That represents the power of God.
Okay. Distinguish between the word God versus the concept of God.
Can you repeat the question to me?
Distinguish between the word God versus the concept of God.
Well, some people like to throw around the weight of the word God as a powerful being, or God this or God that. Oh my God, right? It's just another vocabulary word in the human language. But the concept of God is the belief of one God, and that's what distinguishes religions from Christianity to Buddhism and all the other ones in between. The concept of God is just the belief of one God.
Okay. And last but not least, last question. We all know that evil exists in the world. Mackey argues since there is evil in the world, there's no God. What are your feelings towards the argument against God's existence?
Well, Mackey decides to say that there is no God because there's evil in the world. But there's also good, which counteracts evil. Just like in the Garden of Eden, there was evil there. The snake, which represented Satan, and Adam and Eve, which represented good and light, right? So you always have that balance. So Mackey's argument is not really an argument against God. I believe it's the for God, because he's saying that if there is evil in the world, then good has to exist. So therefore, that takes Mackey's argument and puts it to the wayside.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. It was nice interviewing you.
Pleasure.